Hello everyone, my name is Netta Anasari. I am the Technology Projects Coordinator for the Outreach and Technical Assistance Network, OTAN. I would like to thank you all for joining us today and for this month's OTAN Tech Talk. Our guest speaker is Susan Coulter. She is with the Baldwin Park Adult and Community Education Center. Her topic for today is enhancing the learning experience with Learn360. Take it away, Susan.
Thank you, Netta. I am happy to be here and excited to share with you a valuable resource called Learn360. First, we'll talk a little bit about Learn360 and what it has to offer you. Then I would like to share some sample resources from different program areas. Next, we'll explore the Learn360 interface and how to find and share resources with your students and colleagues. Most importantly, we'll talk about how you can get your own free Learn360 account through OTAN if you are a California WIOA-funded agency. Learn360 offers more than 160,000 videos, interactive, audio files, maps, and experiments to enhance your lessons. Learn360 is not new, but it has been changing to meet the technology needs of its users. Recently, Learn360 completely redesigned their website with responsive design. What does that mean? Well, if you are using a tablet or smartphone, the site will automatically reformat to give you the best look and feel. That's great for students that need to use their smartphones. Learn360 resources can be used in your classroom to enhance the presentation of your lesson. They can also be linked, downloaded, or embedded in Google Classroom, Moodle, or on your class website. I want to take a brief look at who is producing these resources. This is a screenshot of their featured producers, but there are hundreds of other contributing producers such as National Geographic, Smithsonian Media, A&E Networks, BBC, Babbel, Khan Academy, National Science Foundation, NOVA, PBS, and Shopware, just to mention a few. Learn360 has several series of videos and interactive resources. This is the Can Do English series. It is a 10-part series of animated videos on different topics, such as discussing future plans, buying items at a register, or introducing yourself. First, there is a conversation that takes place. Next, the lesson focuses on vocabulary development, followed by word phrases. The final section is called Focus. In this segment, students practice their skills in other situations. Students can view a synchronized transcript of the conversation by selecting the Transcript tab in the top right-hand corner of the page. Students can also choose to view the page or transcript of a resource in their own language by selecting their language at the bottom of the page on the right-hand side. Once the language is selected, the page will be shown in that language. As you can see, the page is displayed in Spanish. This is true for any resource, not just this series. ABE instructors will want to take a look at the reading comprehension activities. This is a collection of 140 interactive articles. Activities are specifically designed to pinpoint one or more concepts. There are dozens of research themes designed to make the process of gathering information both interactive and enjoyable. Students are asked to respond to 10 comprehension questions. Students receive immediate feedback and a percentage score after each answer is submitted. This is another series I think ABE and ASE instructors might be interested in. There are 3 different series: Basic, Intermediate, and Advanced. You are looking at the Basic series. This is a lesson on adding and subtracting fractions. Each lesson begins with information on what the student will learn, what the student should already know, and the lesson contents. This is part of the lesson on adding and subtracting fractions. Here the student is given the definition of a mixed number, a short audio explanation, and then the student is asked to complete an activity to validate learning. ASE instructors will want to take a look at experiments and maps. There are more than 1,000 different science experiments across different subject areas. This is an experiment called Healthy Heart. In this experiment, students are asked to analyze data from previous studies to investigate the factors that contribute to heart attacks, and then they are asked to find ways to keep the heart healthy. In this particular activity, there is no experimental work involved. This is a data response activity. There are more than 800 maps available showing different regions during different time periods and depicting different socioeconomic topics. On the Learn360 homepage, on the Browse Subjects slider, you will find two subject areas that might interest CTE instructors: technical and vocational education, and also careers and job search. There are between 2,000 and 3,000 resources on different vocations. There are a couple of vocational series. This first one is the Automotive ASE Certification Series. There is also an HVAC Basic Series. The Learn360 center panel uses sliders to highlight subjects, non-video resources, featured producers, most popular, or featured this month. You can also search content by keyword, by standard, or use the advanced search to narrow your search. The most popular search is keyword, which is found at the top of the page. Entering a keyword in the search box will bring up a list of all resources containing your keyword in the title or description. The drop-down window lists series and workshop titles. Selecting Enter on your computer will bring up your search results for the keyword entered. Underneath the keyword search is Search by Standards. First, you will need to select the standard set. Probably the most popular will be California Standards or the Common Core Standards. Then you will need to select the grade level and the subject. I found that if I change the grade level, then I will need to re-enter the subject. I selected 9th grade California Standards for Language Arts. I am now able to view all 9th grade language arts standards. From here, I can narrow my search. From the College and Career Readiness Anchor Standards, I selected Reading Point 2, which determines central ideas or themes of a text and analyze their development. Summarize the key supporting details and ideas. As you can see, there are 23 results that meet my criteria. To the left of Search by Standards is the Advanced Search. Here you have the option to use 3 Boolean operators, and, or, and not. This will help you to narrow your search. You can also select the type of resource you are looking for. Now, let's go back and take a closer look at some of the search results. This is the search on Internet safety. There are 209 results. However, only the first 2 are shown in this slide. The first entry is Review of Internet Safety. To the right of the title is the word segment. Below the title, we learn that this is a segment from the title Internet Safety, Pitfalls, and Dangers. This is something I really like about Learn360. Let's take a closer look at this first entry. On the right, we see that there are 5 different segments in this video. Review of Internet Safety is number 4. Above the segments, we find the full program, which is 17 minutes long and includes all 5 segments. Learn360 gives you a choice between the full video and 1 or more segments. You also have the option of creating your own new segment by selecting the scissors beneath the video player. You can enter the starting and ending time for your new segment, the title, the description, and even the thumbnail. The new segment will be saved to your My Learn360 account. There are numerous ways to share a resource. First, let's look at the share icon just below the video player. Yes, you can share directly to your Google Classroom. However, your students must also have a Learn360 account. Students without an account will not be able to view your resource. There is a way around this that I will share in a little bit. You will need to be signed into your Google account when selecting this option. Select the class and then choose the action. You can also send an email to your students. You can add a message with instructions and due date. This is an email that I sent. You can see the instructions underneath the video link saying, "Please watch the video before Wednesday and be prepared to discuss in class." Next, we want to look at the download icon. If you don't have a good internet connection in your classroom, you can download the video at home for use in your lesson at school. At first, I was a little hesitant to select the blue request segment, but I found that it only takes a couple of minutes longer to download. It just means that this will be the first time someone has downloaded the segment, and it will take a little longer. I think this is the easiest way to share content with your students. Your students do not have to have their own Learn360 account, and they are taken directly to the resource. You can embed the resource on your website, in a Moodle activity, or simply send the students the link. I want to talk a little about Google Classroom. If you select the share icon below the video player to insert a resource, your students will need their own account. But if you add an activity in your Google Classroom, you can select the link icon at the bottom left-hand corner. It is the 4th one from the left. This way, students do not need their own account to view content. In Moodle, you need to select the media icon on your toolbar. It is highlighted in blue. That will bring up the window to the left on this slide. You need to select Browse Repositories. The file picker window will open, and you want to select Learn360 at the very bottom of the list. You can search for and preview videos within Moodle. Once you find a video, you can select the Embed drop-down menu for the link or embed code. The interface between Moodle and Learn360 has been a work in progress, and their programmers have been working hard to resolve any issues. But please, be sure to let OTAN know if you run into any problems. They can deal directly with the Learn360 programmers. Link in Moodle. Here are 3 different ways to share a link. In the first example, I simply pasted it on the page. In the second example, I first pasted the link and then highlighted it and selected the link icon on the toolbar, which is highlighted in blue. In the third example, I typed the title of the video and then highlighted it and selected the link icon on the toolbar. Your students will only need to select the link to view the video. This is my favorite way to add videos to a Moodle activity. A video player is embedded within the activity so students do not have to leave Moodle. First, you will need to expand the toolbar by selecting the first icon, which is highlighted in blue on this slide. If you want to give your students some instructions about the activity, go ahead and add text or images first. And when you are ready to add the video player, select the HTML editor icon, which is the last icon on the toolbar and looks like less than, greater than symbols. You will see your instructions in the HTML code. I like to add some space after the instructions by selecting Return before pasting the embed code. This is how your activity will look in Moodle. I think it gives a very professional look to your Moodle presentation. I am sure you are anxious to learn how you can get your own Learn360 account. You need to go to OTAN's homepage at www.otan.us and select the Teaching Tools and Resources tab and then Curriculum Offers. Be sure to take a look at some of the other curriculum offers by OTAN and then select Learn360. Below the video is a link to the sign-up form. Once submitted and approved, you will be sent information on how to log in and set up your own account. You will be sent a generic login. You will want to select My Learn360 in the top right-hand corner of the page, and under Login, select Create an Account. There is a short form to fill out to create your account. Once created, it will say, Welcome, comma, and your name. This is my Learn360 account. Under My Content, you can create playlists which combine multiple videos together. However, your students will need their own accounts to view your playlists. My Favorites allows you to bookmark your favorite resources. Next is My Folders. I find that My Folders is a great way to organize content by chapter, unit, or topic. To add content to My Favorites or My Folders, select the Add To icon underneath the resource. On the right is My Saved Searches. You can save a search, and then when you go back to it, if new content has been added to Learn360 and it meets your search criteria, then it will be added to your search results. New content is added almost daily. Underneath My Saved Searches is My Custom Segments. These are video clips you created from a resource. Under My Tools, you can create assignments. However, your students will need their own accounts. The last section is Groups, and again, your students will need their own accounts. But I thought groups would be a great way to share with other teachers. ESL instructors can share resources they find on different units or for different additional assessments. We have covered a lot today, but I hope you are excited about Learn360 and how you can enhance student learning in your classroom. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Susan, for all that great information. OTAN would also like to thank all of you for coming to this Tech Talk. If you have a tool or some tips that you use in adult education programs and that you'd like to share with the adult education field, please submit your idea. We also encourage you to subscribe to the OTAN YouTube channel, where you can view archived Tech Talks as well as view other OTAN videos. OTAN is a leadership project for adult education in California. And if you're at a WIOA-funded site, Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act funded site, you can contact OTAN for additional services, including professional development at your site. Visit the OTAN website at www.otan.us or contact us by phone or email. We hope to see you all in the future at our future OTAN Tech Talks and other events.